afternoon, Delval. Welcome to our first episode of The Ramble, hosted by Tony, Marg, and Christian over here. Thank you for joining us today. We have two very important guests here. We have Spencer and Hannah. And of course, it is Halloween, so we are dressed up. I'm dressed up as a Delval student. Since I left my costume at home. But we do have four lovely people dressed up here for you guys today to get into the spirit. So first, let's talk about what we are. Christian?
So my costume is basically, I don't know, I used this costume last year because my boss is a race car driver and he, owns a few of my friend's race cars. So I pretty much chose this because I'm a dirt track racing fan. Racing's been a family interest for longer than I've been alive. I mean, my mom grew up at the track. My grandpa helped out on a few cars. And then I eventually got into it over time, but I figured I was a dirt race car driver.
Nice. That's cool.
And plus, it's really warm. So
there you go.
That's always a perk.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, as you can see, I am Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and the inspiration for this costume was, well, I recently started dating Hannah, and we wanted to do a couple costume for this Halloween. So we had a long list of costumes that we took a while to decide on. So we were thinking maybe we'll do something horror, maybe we'll do something like anime, something like musicals. We weren't really sure. It was like all over the place. So what we decided on was, since musicals have always meant a lot to both of us, and we've always really enjoyed them because of that, we really wanted to do like a couple from a musical. And so we narrowed it down to like 5 or 6 ideas, and we were still like kind of on the fence of which one we'd actually do shortly before Halloween. But when we went to Spirit Halloween, we ended up finding these Jack and Sally costumes, and that was one of our favorite ideas, was doing Jack and Sally, as we both very much loved the movie Nightmare Before Christmas and very much loved the characters. So we figured, you know what, this would be the best opportunity to be those characters, and we were both very excited. So we were like, let's do Jack and Sally because they're amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
the costumes look great, by the way.
Well, thank you.
They do. They look amazing.
Yes,
So the real question is Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween or a Christmas movie?
I consider it both. I watch it, my family and I, we've had a tradition of watching Nightmare Before Christmas for as long as I can remember, and we watch it every year, once at Christmas and once at Halloween. We had this joke for a while that we called it a Thanksgiving movie because it just fell right in between, and we would just watch it all year round. But yeah, I would consider it both.
Yeah, I would also consider it. I'd
Alright.
say more towards the Halloween side, but I definitely do think it could be considered both too.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's definitely a heavily debated question.
It is.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
all the
it's
time.
very, very heavily debated.
Yes.
Of course.
I think it's a Halloween movie.
I do.
personally.
I do too a little bit. There is Christmas in it.
There's so many Christmas movies. There's not a lot of Halloween movies,
True.
except for all of the Halloween movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all of the movies that are actually titled Halloween.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know. It's just a little more spooky, in my opinion.
In the animation style.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
Tim Burton
masterpiece.
To me,
We love Tim Burton.
Yeah, he's great. All his movies are good.
It's part
Yeah.
of why we like the characters in the movie so much, because it's
Yeah.
just a masterpiece and work of it.
I've always
It's all
loved the
claymation.
Tim Burton art style has always been one of my favorites. And if I could draw, I would draw like that.
seriously.
Yeah, and claymation, like you guys said, isn't really a form that you see in a lot of movies. It's either
Really
complete
isn't, no.
CGI, completely drawn, or
Or
completely
animated.
live action.
Mhm.
So for him to do as many movies as he did with claymation, it's it definitely separates his movies from everybody else's.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree.
yeah. It's got to take like ages.
Oh,
years
absolutely.
For
For
And
sure.
you
sure.
have to take
Oh,
an
yeah, definitely.
individual shot of all of it, and not even like you have to make them too. All the individual bones on Jack,
And you have to
like
make different
Yeah.
ones for
Yeah.
each.
all the
And-
little bugs on Oogie Boogie.
Yeah, and if something goes wrong, you have to start right over from the beginning again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. There's no room for him.
Yeah, and like you were saying, like Nightmare Before Christmas is such an intricate movie. Like you've got all the little stitches on both Sally and Oogie Boogie, plus a lot of the other characters too that have that stitch, like the stitching around them. Like all of that is done so well, and you can even see like individual just threads. Like there was so much effort put into that movie; it's insane.
Now, who are you?
Oh, I'm Kim Possible, from the hit show Kim Possible. I picked this costume mainly because I already had this outfit, and she's really cool. She's legendary. You know, she goes to school. She's a cheerleader. She saves the world. Like she does it all. So you know, growing up watching her, it's fun to be here for now.
That's cool. All right, so real question here. What is the best Halloween candy? Another heavily debated question here.
Oh, we're gonna have a lot of different opinions throughout this.
Easy Reese's Pieces.
Okay, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
I saw it off.
For me, I really don't have a favorite. It's pretty much just any sour candy on the market. Any sour gummy candy on the market is just awesome.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with him on that. I'm not really a big candy eater, but like sour gummy candy is just there's something about it. It's good.
I love candy, so this is a hard question. So like when somebody asks me this question, I have to think of like chocolate and then like not chocolate. So like Sour Patch Kids for not chocolate, and then I guess like Kit Kats and Reese's for chocolate.
That's a good one. I'm a Snickers guy. Love Snickers.
You look like a Snickers guy.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I'm just glad nobody picked candy corn.
Oh my
Candy
god.
corn
That is
so
candy
corn
gross.
is
not
atrocious.
Candy corn is so
No,
gross.
That's not a real candy.
Our,
No,
our cameraman
no.
over there.
No.
Yeah,
our
our cameraman over there thinks that candy corn is real candy.
If I wanted to eat
no
wax,
candy.
I would eat wax.
No, it's you eat candy corn and it's
If
essentially
I-
like eating
Which would be
wax.
candy corn.
If I had to choose between
Yeah,
candy corn or cardboard, I would eat the cardboard over the
Oh,
candy.
I
I would eat the drywall in the house.
Yeah.
Candy corn.
Nope, no candy corn.
That's up there with circus peanuts.
Oh
Yeah.
god, no. Those
Dude,
are not real.
Circus peanuts are for those houses where they just leave the like bowl out on the porch and leave the light off.
Yes, they get all this
Yeah.
free
Oh my God.
circus peanuts.
I don't know. I've never seen someone
That's
do
like-
that. I,
Oh,
Worse than any.
That is
You
terrible.
really love candy.
It is terrible.
I don't know.
But I mean, I don't know. Any sour candy for me is pretty
It's
good.
really good.
That's true.
Now-
Really gummy worms?
Yes.
I would eat them.
Yes.
Now, what is your opinion on parents who hand out like pretzels and apples and bananas
No.
That's
instead
No.
of candy?
They're
No.
indoctrinated.
No.
I think they are ruining trick or
don't
treating.
are.
Absolutely.
You're a parent out
not.
there.
That has
No,
to cost
And you
more.
give out, it literally
That has to
costs
cost
more.
Yeah, no,
Kids
it
hate
does,
it.
for sure.
They're not going to eat it.
But think about it. If you give out kids apples, pretzels, and like raisins and all that stuff, you're not only wasting more money, but you're also labeling yourself as that person to
Yeah,
the
like,
entire
you're like,
neighborhood.
Hey,
no,
the entire
single
neighborhood.
person
I'm
is
that
like-
person.
Nobody's like, ooh, celery. Like, no.
Yeah.
It's probably going to rot before they eat it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know they're going for the
What
candy
about-
Yeah,
first.
it's gonna
What
be
about the
left
people that
in
give out
bags
soda
for
cans?
days.
Or soda cans.
I never
And-
knew how to
and-
feel about
Tony,
that.
I don't.
Tony,
I've
like you
never
said,
experienced that.
I haven't either.
Tony, like you said, it costs them more. Like you
It
go
literally
to
does.
you go
I
to
know.
the supermarket and you buy these big bags of candy for
For
what?
like $4 or $5.
Four or $5
Yeah,
bucks.
It's
no,
like
even
$4
$4
billion, like
you
Buy
buy
one,
500
get
pieces of
one,
candy.
2 for
Right.
$5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and after
you get a
Halloween,
lot of
it's like-
deals.
Yeah, like.
They're all like,
and
buy
after
one, get
Halloween,
seven
it's all
free.
50%
Yeah,
off.
if they just want to get
So,
rid of it, they'll
like-
give you anything.
Mhm.
They're like, this is sick.
You
Please.
you don't
We don't
you
want
don't
it. They
want
always
to be
have
that person
apples.
that labels themselves as that
No.
person for the entire neighborhood
No.
because
Exactly.
nobody's gonna want to come
Well,
trick or
that's
treat
not
at your
the
house.
I mean,
goal.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't
That's
want
true.
anybody
If
to
you
Yeah,
don't
go to
read
your
it,
house.
if you don't want trick or treaters,
Yeah, if you don't-
then next year they'll be like, oh,
Then
that's
turn
the
your
lady.
light off. Turn the porch
Yeah,
light
that's
off.
light off. No,
If
they
you just
won't
have
come
the lights
in.
off, then they will
Turn
assume
the
you're not
porch
home,
light
so-
off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
next year we walk by, oh, that's the lady that hands out apples. It's like, we ain't going there.
I used to be terrified of the people who had their lights off. I'm like, oh
but
Or even
really
worse, like that apple takes up
Yeah.
valuable space in the bag.
Exactly.
Like, space is more valuable than the
That's
candy
That-
itself.
yeah, the
that space
is
that could be
Yeah.
used for like 3 Skittles bags or
Yeah.
something like
But they've
that.
thrown that apple back onto her yard.
I love Skittles.
You'll be throwing
This goes
that
to
apple
compost pile.
at people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, man.
But you're just not celebrating Halloween if you're doing that.
Those are the houses
not-
that get like
It's a real
egg.
problem.
Yeah, you don't
Have
know.
Yeah,
you
you-
throw it
yeah.
on
The,
that.
the
Yeah,
houses that pass out like
Sounds
apples,
very
pretzels,
Christian.
raisins, they, like Hannah said, they're the houses that get egged and toilet papered every
Yeah,
year.
every single year.
Yep,
Really
true.
get their grass peed on or something.
Yeah,
I-
right.
what?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
That's a new one.
That is a new one, but alright.
That's definitely a new
Question.
tradition.
We have it all the time in our neighborhoods.
Well, alright, it's a weird
Each-
thing.
Well, like dogs, they
to-
walk their dog in their yard. not
to each
people.
neighborhood their own.
Yeah,
I
Dogs
mean,
go to the bathroom wherever.
But
I
like
thought you meant
person.
people.
No,
Yeah, no, I thought you meant
Yeah, I
people.
also
You just
thought
said
you
you
had
had
a
a
brother
brother
out.
out.
Yeah, just like.
That'd be very interesting if people did that.
I would
I
be
mean-
surprised.
I mean, people do have Halloween parties, and stranger things have happened
Oh,
on
yeah.
Halloween.
That is
True,
true.
but-
Stranger
Tons of
things
people
have
are.
happened.
That is accurate.
I mean, look at the whole clown fiasco we had a few years ago.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, that was crazy.
The clown fiasco.
I
was-
That
you
was-
remember
that?
when that
I
happened?
remember that. It was
Yes.
such a mess.
That was
Where I
terrifying.
live,
It was
I was
absolutely
scared.
terrifying.
At one of the
yeah.
homecoming games, the clowns came out and
Are
surrounded the
you
stadium.
kidding me?
Yeah, the cops
Oh
came
my
and
god!
everything.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't
that's
go to that.
awful.
I wasn't there. I
That
didn't know
was
that
a-
happened.
That was when I was a sophomore.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Oh, I wasn't.
No,
I was in middle
because
school.
Yeah, you were middle school.
I remember
yeah.
was
around.
absolutely-
I remember around Halloween, like in my town, when the whole clown thing was going down, there would be cops patrolling every street.
Yeah,
I know,
that was
same
how
patrol
it was
in the
our
park.
neighborhood
Yeah,
too.
same.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, like they would hold like bats and like knives
Oh my
and stuff in
God.
our
Yeah,
park.
it was
Yeah.
bad.
No, it was
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah,
I never saw any, but I was scared.
I never saw
I
any
saw
either,
three.
but I was
I
terrified.
saw
of
I-
the
I
concept.
heard about it.
really scared me.
I never saw any, but I heard about them.
Yeah.
And the fact that they were just going around terrorizing neighborhoods
Mhm.
was kind of stupid, in my opinion, because you're ruining a holiday that, like, I know I looked forward to as a kid, because you go out and you get candy and you have fun.
You said
And you get to
Yeah,
and
stay
you
up
get to
late.
dress up. You
Yeah,
get
yeah.
to stay up late. But the fact that people did that at one point, it's just kind of dumb to me, because you're
It's
ruining
sad.
that holiday for everybody else.
Yeah.
True.
Because everybody's not going to walk around with that same jovial personality. They were all walking around with panic because they didn't know whether
Yeah,
they
attacked.
whether one was going to be around the next corner or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one Halloween, like me and some friends were walking together. We went in this massive group of at least 15 people because we didn't want to go by ourselves. And we had like pocket knives on us because we were like, if someone attacks us, and we were in 8th grade, it
Yeah,
was
I think-
not fun.
Yeah, no, it's.
I don't even
Yeah.
remember what
Yeah.
grade I
It's
was
not
in,
fun.
but I don't even remember what grade I was in, but it was literally talk of the entire school.
Yeah.
Talk of the
Yeah.
whole town even.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
same in my school.
anywhere
Yeah.
you went, people were hearing about this or hearing for the first time about it anyway. But it's here, there, and gone, and it's kind of a weird part of history to look
Yeah.
back on.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully it'll
And
never
of
happen
course
again.
it's
Yeah,
like
hopefully it'll never
Yeah,
happen
of course
again.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm terrified of clowns.
I know,
Yeah,
like,
no,
I'm
I-
terrified.
I'm not a clown
I've always
guy.
been scared of clowns.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Yeah.
I'm really scared of clowns.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I'm definitely not a clown
It was
guy.
irrational, now it's not irrational.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's definitely
no.
not irrational.
It's not irrational now.
I can think of one time we were on the bus going to school, and we had to stop at these like old train tracks near my house. And so you know how the buses stop and they have to open the doors in the train tracks.
Yeah.
So they did that, and it was at like 6 in the morning. We're all tired. We see this guy in a clown costume with a giant baseball bat with like barbed
Oh,
wire wrapped
wow.
around
Oh my
it,
God.
standing on the train tracks, walking towards us. And as soon as that door opened, he ran to the bus.
Oh my
And he
God.
luckily, the driver saw it. We closed it and drove away before he could get to us. But it was like it scared all of us.
So,
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
not
what was the
fun.
name of that bat from The Walking Dead?
Oh,
Lucille?
Lucille.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he literally had Lucille.
Pretty much, yeah. I don't watch The Walking Dead, but I know what you're talking about.
I only
I
watched
do
the
as
first
well.
few seasons of that, and then it just got bad.
Yeah, first seasons were good.
Now that's nuts that somebody would
Yeah.
that people
Yeah,
would
I
get
know.
that idea in their head.
And go after
And
children.
what was it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was I don't remember if it was a nationwide thing.
I don't remember.
But I know it was definitely a thing up in like the Jersey, Eastern Pennsylvania
I
area.
think it was just PA, like Delaware, Jersey, and maybe parts of New York.
So weird.
I think it was just that little area because I don't
Yeah, 'cause-
remember hearing too much about it anywhere else.
Well, because
Man.
you guys probably remember it was all over the news.
It was
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was
It was all over
everywhere.
the news.
Every single day it was on.
Yeah.
Like
And then it just stopped.
clowns
Yeah,
striking
yeah,
out.
that's the weird part. It
Yeah,
just
I
stopped.
don't know what
They're-
happened to it. That's
Yeah,
that,
it just stopped suddenly.
yeah.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, is this gonna happen for years to come?" And then at one point, it just stopped.
Yeah, I was just
It's like
okay.
Pennywise comes back every 27 years.
Oh my gosh.
I really
Yeah.
hope it
No,
doesn't.
don't-
I
don't
really
even
hope
say
so.
that.
I really hope so as well. But
I mean, it would make sense if that was the point of it.
okay.
No,
true,
that the whole clown thing can stay in the past. We
I know
want to
that.
have a
Very
bunch of
much so.
fun Halloweens forward.
Yeah,
of
same.
course.
The
Yeah, no,
clowns
for sure.
in-
Clowns in the past.
Yeah.
Please keep them.
Leave your pretzels and apples in the past.
Yeah, just give them to the clowns.
Yeah,
Just
no,
like
they'll
toss
take
them to the
it.
clowns. They just
Let
stay,
them have
stay in
Yeah.
20.
Let them have all the
2016,
weird things. That
Give
people
them the
buy on
candy
Halloween.
corn.
Yes.
right.
They love
give,
candy
give them the
corn.
candy
Yeah,
corn, man.
yeah.
Anyone that likes candy corn must be a clown.
Sorry, Nathan.
Our cameraman.
Say no apart.
Yep, that's
our,
why.
our cameraman's
Liking
over there
candy
giving
corn
us
is
dirty
bad.
looks.
Yeah. He's one of
Man
those
likes
candy
candy
corn
corn. It's a
likers.
red
He
flag.
It is a
Yeah,
red flag.
if-
It's a massive
if-
red flag.
If you see if you meet someone and one of the things that they tell you is they like candy corn,
You
Call the
leave.
cops right
walk away.
Run
Just
away.
walk
Run
away.
away.
Run.
No,
You don't
you
really
run.
have
No,
to.
you
Run away.
run.
First date question: do you like candy corn?
Yes.
Yes.
Before you
Alright.
even introduce
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Pause. Don't
Say
say
the
that
name.
information. I don't need to know your
Nope.
name. I just need to know if you
Nope.
like candy corn.
That's it. Stop
Do you
right
like
there.
candy corn? Yes. We cannot.
Nope.
This cannot
Stop
go
this
on.
right
This
now.
cannot go
Not
on.
You pay for the dinner
Leave the
and
doors
uh,
open.
You pay for the dinner and you drive
They
yourself
should
home.
ask that
Yep.
in job interviews.
They should.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Interviews.
Dude, think about how
Yes.
many people you could like. Think about how many
I'm never
people
gonna
that
jump.
you could weed
You're
out.
never gonna job.
Yeah, you never would.
That's fair.
And that's one of
You have
the
to lie.
questions they
You
have
have to
on
lie.
a job resume. Do you like
I've never-
candy corn?
Well, no.
Answer yes, automatic. Don't
Or they
get the job.
just like put a candy corn on the table, and be like, "Do you like this? Are you gonna eat this?
Does this
Or
make
just
you
offer
hungry?
it. Put a bowl out,
How
and just
does-
see if they
No,
eat
no,
one or
just
two.
put a candy corn on the table. Leave them in the
Does
office
this
for like
make you hungry? And then
No.
you have like a trap door if they grab one.
And then it goes like a
Yeah.
rancor pit, like
Yes!
No, just have like a bowl of candy
Oh
corn.
my goodness.
Leave them in
Yes.
the office for like an hour and just have like video footage of them the whole time. So you're watching them for
Have
an
like
hour.
a bowl of
They eat
candy
in
corn in
that
the
time.
middle of the room.
Yep, and if they eat in that time, you'll know.
That's
starve them.
Yep, that's
no,
right.
Gladiators.
No, that's one of the tests they should give the psychopaths.
Yeah,
Test if
Yeah.
they're really
Yeah.
psycho.
Like candy
Yeah.
corn.
Put them in a padded room and put candy corn right in the middle of the room.
Or just ask if they like candy corn with a lie detector.
Put
attached
that
to it.
in the
Then
haunted-
they can't lie.
Put that in a haunted house, you know. Next year for Halloween, put a bowl of candy corn in there. That'll really scare the
That'll
people
it
away.
really,
Yeah,
really
it
will.
will.
On the
Yeah.
house is just one giant room with a bowl.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
They should have
Yes.
done like a haunted house with
Yeah.
too.
No, they
That would
should've.
be fine.
You go crazy.
It's a D&D dungeon.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh
I'll
my
add that into my
goodness.
next campaign.
There you go.
A candy corn room.
Yes.
Next
You
Candy
need to
corn
lose all your HP, lose all your saving throws.
Yeah,
Next
true.
presidential campaign, I shall abolish all candy corn.
I shall eliminate every candy corn.
Oh, that's great.
I will stop all production of candy corn because it is absolutely atrocious.
Yes.
So,
Oh man.
alright.
So another thing I wanted to ask you guys, since we're all dressed up,
Uh-huh.
I think it's it would be nice to say, what is your favorite Halloween movie?
Oof. I don't really have one. I mean, Nightmare Before Christmas, you can't really go wrong. Any of the Fear Street movies, you can't really go wrong either. I don't know. I gotta say the original Ghostbusters movies for me.
That's
Oh,
a
nice.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spencer, how about you?
Thing is, I really, honestly, don't watch many Halloween movies.
What?
At least I haven't seen many Halloween movies in like a while.
All right.
I know.
We're gonna change that tonight.
No, I'm gonna have to have a talk to, but okay.
we're gonna need to speak to you outside, sir.
You know. I mean, I have to say, Nightmare Before Christmas is unironically my favorite Halloween movie. Not just because of this, but it's just,
We can tell.
yeah, I know. It
Yeah.
just unironically is my favorite. For sure.
Okay,
But by
definitely a good choice. Can't go wrong with that.
far,
And
you
plus,
just really can.
like we discussed earlier, you can play it at either Halloween,
Or
Thanksgiving, or Christmas.
Yeah.
There you go. Yes.
Or in July.
Yes.
Just on a
Anytime of
random
year.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Anytime you want.
Oh yeah.
So this is hard because I love horror. I love Halloween.
I'm with
So I like pretty much any classic horror movie, especially from the 70s and 80s, is like a sweet
Yeah.
spot for me. I also really like Nightmare Before Christmas, the original Hocus Pocus.
Yes, that was one of that's
original
one of my top five.
Ghostbusters. Yeah. Pretty much any Halloween or any horror movie really.
Wait,
I dedicate like the entire month of October to just binging it. So
instead of 31 days of Christmas, it's 31 days of
no, I
Halloween.
do that
Yeah.
actually. I actually have like a
Exactly.
31 days of
That's
Halloween
I
great.
think a
list.
lot of people do that. Yeah.
Well, and before we go on, what is our opinion on the new Hocus Pocus movie?
I have
Because
not
I know
seen
it's
it.
mixed.
I
Haven't seen
haven't
it.
seen it. I don't
Haven't
want to
I
see
want
it.
to see it.
I don't want
Yeah,
to
no, I
see
haven't
it.
seen it, but it sounds awful.
Wait until it comes out.
I watched it.
Netflix or something.
It was all right. It was nowhere near as good as the
Pales in
original, but
comparison to the original.
it was a good try.
Okay.
It was a
A
good
good
try.
try. What it was.
I don't
Okay.
try.
I don't. It would for me. That's like if someone were to make a remake of say Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
doesn't beat the original. You
No,
can't
no.
do that.
No, like that's with
It's
all
illegal.
that's like with all the new Ghostbusters
I
movies.
agree.
Yeah, there are people that think they're good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, all the actors in the newer ones played the part really, really well.
Yeah, they did.
Really well. But if you have, what is it? The original, I think, is what, 2 movies or 3 movies?
The original is, I,
think
believe,
it's 2 movies.
I think it's 2 as
I think there was
But
talk
if
of a
you
third,
have-
but they never did it.
If
Yeah.
you have that good of a duo of movies, especially with the talent you got stacked up, you got Dan Aykroyd, you got Bill Murray,
Bill Murray.
you got all those people, and
The rest of them.
The rest of them.
Except
Sigourney Weaver was in
I know
it.
that I remember the guy who plays Egon,
Oh,
but
Annie
Who-
something. Was the girl that
who
played
is the guy?
Persephone.
I remember the guy's face. I can't remember the guy who played. I can't remember the guy's name.
Who
Who?
that played Egon?
Yeah, the guy who played
Yeah,
Egon
he passed
Spengler.
away.
He passed away recently, didn't he?
He passed away a little.
He passed
while
away a few years ago.
Yeah, a few years ago.
Because I think
Um,
Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis. Yes.
That's it. That's it. But I mean, you got Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Harold Ramis. I mean, you can't beat that trilogy.
That's hard to.
Especially, and then there was a 4th one, wasn't there? I think
There
in the 4th
was.
one
I
they
can't-
they added a 4th one.
There was. I can't remember. His
I
name
remember
now.
the guy's face. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, same.
I'm not sure.
But I mean, like the newer ones, yeah, they're good. But back when the original Ghostbusters was released,
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of when like 3D animatronics weren't really a thing.
Yeah.
Like when they had the rays from the proton pack,
Or the gargoyles.
yeah,
Yeah.
That
or the
was-
marshmallow.
that was probably
Slime.
top of the line
Yeah.
for the time.
Yeah.
Because you got to admit, like a lot of movies back then didn't really have CGI, and I don't think CGI existed at all. or if it did, it was in its very primordial stages. But I mean, you can't beat any of the original Halloween movies. Like they can try and try and try as hard as they can, but the ones from back in the day, you can't replace the feelings you got when you first saw those movies. Like you all remember when you saw the original Ghostbusters movie for the first time, the emotions that you felt. You remember like the first time you saw. It's like the first time you saw a Disney movie.
Yeah,
Like, you can't replace that emotion. So, I mean,
I agree with you 100%.
the new movies are all well and good, but you can't beat the originals. So that's just my 2
That's
cents.
your answer.
I agree with you.
I'll get off my soapbox.
Okay.
All right. So Margo, what is your favorite Halloween movie?
Well, there are like horror movies and there are Halloween movies. You know what I'm saying? So I guess around Halloween, a must is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Also Beetlejuice.
Yes.
I
Oh,
love
yes.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, just watched it
You
last
can't
night.
have
I've actually been,
Beetlejuice.
I've been
Yeah.
compared to Beetlejuice multiple times since I've been wearing this
That was
costume.
because I blended your
mean-
face a little wrong.
I know.
I
So
mean,
you
it was
look
yesterday
more
and
like-
today.
hey,
Yeah.
ideas for next year.
Oh no, I know.
I-
I've
before
said it.
I
I've said it's an
Beetlejuice,
idea
Winona
for
Ryder.
next year.
Beetlejuice,
Lydia.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Winona Ryder.
Me
She's one of my
too.
favorite actresses of all time,
Well,
so I would not mind
I-
that.
Yeah, no, it's an idea.
I suggested an idea to them earlier. I mean, John Lennon, right over here.
Yeah.
John Lennon.
That's pretty
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Beetlejuice. It's a good time. It's really funny. It's really silly. I don't know, and it has like really good actors in it. Like I didn't even realize
Yeah.
it, but I was like, wait, yeah, it's Winona Ryder, Michael Keaton's Beetlejuice. There's
God,
a few
who
more.
are the
Isn't
dad and
Catherine
the mom?
O'Hara in it as well?
Yeah.
She's like the aunt or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Catherine O'Hara.
Well, Alec Baldwin's in that too.
Oh, he is.
Young
right.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think
Yeah.
that was that the dad?
That was
He was-
that was
he was
the
one of the
Yeah,
dead
he's the
guys.
guy in Ferris Bueller, isn't he?
Yeah. Wait.
Oh no.
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 That's
no,
Michael
the,
J. Fox.
No,
the husband of
yeah,
the
Oh yeah.
Catherine O'Hara's husband.
Oh
the
right.
the
He was the principal in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, cool.
Lydia, what is it? Lydia? her name?
Yeah.
Lydia. Yeah.
Yeah, Lydia.
Lydia's dad, I think he was right. He was the principal in Ferris Bueller's Day
Yeah.
Off.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was.
And
Yeah.
then who's the mom of Lydia?
The mom from
Can't
Home Alone.
remember.
Oh,
No, I-
yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
was it her?
right.
Yeah.
Or was that the? Oh yeah, it was.
The
It was
mom,
yeah,
she was
Catherine O'Hara.
she was her stepmom.
Yes. Okay.
She's
Yes, Catherine O'Hara.
terrible.
I forgot she was in Home Alone. So as well.
She also voiced Sally in Nightmare Before Christmas. She's the one that voiced
Oh,
Sally
she
in
did,
singing.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Oh my god, crossover.
Wow.
You got a
God,
crossover
it's
from the
all
three iconic
connected.
crossover. She was a really iconic.
Yeah.
She was a really
Yeah,
iconic
because
actress
Tim
from
Burton
that
did
time.
direct Beetlejuice too.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
directed it.
yeah, makes sense.
It's kind of like how like Johnny Depp always worked with him. Catherine O'Hara is also noted to
What?
work a lot with him.
What scary movie didn't Tim Burton direct back then? I mean, like seriously.
Yeah.
It
I
seems
love
like
Edward
every
Scissorhands, too.
scary movie that came out, Tim Burton had something to do with
Yeah,
it.
he had like some role in it.
Coraline.
Yeah.
Coraline was amazing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, what?
Never actually
He did
saw that
Nightmare
one.
Before Christmas, The
serious?
Corpse
You never
Bride,
saw Coraline?
No,
Beetlejuice,
I don't think I
He did Edward
Frankie
Scissorhands.
Weenie,
Edward
Frankie Weenie,
Scissorhands.
right, Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands.
Same.
I mean, that's like the top 5. I mean, that's
It
got to
is.
be in like the top 5 Tim Burton
Seriously.
movies
Mhm.
ever made.
Yeah.
Like if he didn't make a horror film, I honestly think it would still be good, but it would just be out of place for Tim Burton.
Yeah, no,
would,
it just
yeah.
wouldn't
It
fit
just wouldn't
with
be the same.
his- Yeah, no, it wouldn't.
He just had like there's something special about Tim Burton movies.
Oh,
It just
absolutely.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just they're special.
Anyway.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess like for scary movies, I really like the Ari Aster movies like Hereditary and Midsummer.
yes.
I also love Suspiria, and there's an old one and a new one. Both of them are phenomenal, but for
Okay.
like different reasons. If you've never watched them, 10 out of 10 would recommend. I like the
Add that to
Halloween
the list real
movies.
quick.
What
To
about you?
watch.
It's like
I
a
think
old one, it's a
my
new
favorite Halloween movie of all time when I was a kid was the Halloween Towns.
Oh yeah.
They were great on the
Oh,
Disney
I
Channel.
love those with
Yeah.
the
They were
goblins
great.
with the butt chins.
Yes.
Yeah, they live in my
Oh my
brain
God.
rent free.
When I was a kid, I loved those movies.
Oh my goodness.
But right now, I would say my favorite Halloween movie has to be.
Beetlejuice.
No. I like Beetlejuice, but it's not my favorite.
Oh,
I remember Before Christmas.
Yeah,
Probably
Nightmare
Hocus
Before
Pocus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah.
definitely a good one.
It's been a while since
It-
I've seen that.
So good.
That is
That's
probably one of my favorite Halloween movies, and like I said, I'm not a Halloween movie guy, but like I don't know what it was, but I've recently gotten on a kick of watching Halloween movies,
Mhm.
and Hocus Pocus is a pretty good one. Like we all said, Nightmare Before Christmas is a good one, and I mean like, but pretty much any Halloween movie, I mean, it's pretty much just your taste. I mean, you can like some of the scarier ones, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something like
Oh
that.
my god.
Or one of the
Or
the
fun, or
ones.
yeah, you could like the
Friday
fun
the
ones,
13th.
like
Yeah, Friday the
Nightmare on Elm Street.
or you could like the fun ones, like
Fun, like
Hocus
lighthearted
Pocus,
ones.
Nightmare Before
Before
Christmas,
Christmas.
that are made to, they're supposed to be scary, but they're also made to give people, to make them have a
Yeah,
laugh,
make them
Yeah.
smile, have a laugh.
make them happy.
Yeah. Like they're joyful, not necessarily supposed to terrify you.
And
Like
any
some other
any
movies.
Disney Halloween movie that's also a musical is just awesome.
It
Yeah.
it really is, yeah.
So
Definitely.
I mean any musical is awesome too.
I don't know, Tony, you wanna wrap it up?
Oh yeah, of course. All right, so thank you guys for coming today, Spencer and Hannah.
Yeah,
Thank you for
thank you
being
so
our
much for
guests.
having us.
Of course,
thank
you
all
so
of
much
you
for having
guys.
us. Yeah.
Definitely be back.
Oh yeah,
of
for
course. Thank you guys for joining us today, tuning into our first podcast. And we'll pump these podcasts out maybe, well, we don't really have a schedule yet, but we'll make one. So maybe about like once a month or so. So be on the lookout for that. And of course, thank you guys for coming in.
Yeah, thank you so much
And-
for having
No,
us.
thank
This
you
was
so
really
much for
fun.
having
course,
us.
yes.
And
This
from
was
all
great.
from all of us here at the Ramble, have a happy Halloween and have a very safe Halloween.
Happy
Of course.
Halloween, you
Happy
guys.
Halloween.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.